a one-on-one conversation with Nia Long.
What was the activation moment of trauma for you?
I was introduced to sex at a very young age,
like molested.
basically.
I don't know about for you, but for me, it is a switch. There's an expiration date on everything.
The same people that told me they was my brothers, now they trying to kill me. I mean, my mother had a very toxic relationship.
The hardest thing to do is to walk away from someone that you still love.
Crossed me out, tried to line me up, stole from me. God damn, niggas did.
Yes, y'all. They were trying to be really deep and giving us definitions of very simple words that anybody watching that interview should have known the definition for. Forgive, meditate. All right, you should know what these words mean.
Man, that's where the imposter syndrome get reversed.
Yeah.
Because it's not me wanting to be like them. It's them wanting to be like me. Going through your trials and tribulations. Like
He titled this one-on-one conversation, I might forgive, but I don't forget. I don't know about you, but there is a threat in that. There's a threat in that statement. That felt like a subliminal shot towards Jeannie Mai or whoever else can get it. Because it sounds like you got beef with not just her in your life, okay? So for me, I watched this whole interview, okay, when I was in Ghana. I was on a long little bus ride to Lemon Beach Hotel and decided to go ahead and give it a listen. The first 8 minutes of the interview, I surmised that Jeezy had gotten Nia Long to come along for a manipulation ride, okay? So that we would understand in the future, if anything comes out about Jeannie Mai being mistreated in their marriage, this interview will have given the base for why that took place. He will now have planted his feet into the mental health sector so that when things come out about him, he can say, these are things I've learned from. These are things that I have grown past. When essentially, I might forgive, but I don't forget gives, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. It's giving you still very much are a resentful, vindictive, malignant individual. And Nia Long, I want to remind y'all that y'all was mad at me when I told y'all that maybe a few months ago, Nia Long deciding to continue to mention the woman that Ume, her fiance of 11 years, her baby daddy, she is still upset at the woman that he cheated with. She's upset at the organization that he works for because they did not protect her. They protected their 2 employees who were fucking. And I do understand how this was embarrassing and fucked up for her, but he was a basketball player that became a coach. That tells me that that man been a hoe. You know he a hoe. And your real issue came in with everybody recognizing that even the beautiful, sexy, incomparable Nia Long can get cheated on and embarrassed by a man. And I feel like Nia Long being male-centered, being a boy mom, also being a guarded, low-key vindictive person herself, it's a vibe that I'm catching now that we're getting older. And when you look back, it's something you can really see. When she told us that she was the consummate drug dealer girlfriend when she was growing up in LA, I said, oh yes, I know you, bitch. See, women like Nia Long get away with being such, fucked up individuals because they're so beautiful. And because Nia is talented and knows how to be poised. Because she can clean her shit up real easy like Claire Huxtable. Or Felicia Rashad, should I say. Because she can clean it up and give it dignity and poise, you will overlook somebody that does shit that shows you that they're not as mature as they claim to be. And so when Nia decided that she wanted to get on the internet and tell y'all once again about this woman who her man was cheating on her with a whole year after it had happened, I said that she was playing herself by continuing to talk about that shit in public. A year after it happened, you need to be over commenting on it in public in such a way that lets us know you're still bothered. You can still be bothered. Keep that shit in your personal relationships. Keep that shit, you know what I'm saying, with you in the shower, with you in your pillow, with you in your diary. But don't come on the internet with that shit, because what that tells me is you still mad at the wrong people. You are more mad at the woman than you are at the man. And so you decide to publicly kind of show us that you still not over this situation, even though you knew fully well that this man was a cheater. And women like you confuse me. I don't know how you continue knowing that somebody can't be trusted in that way and still continue to get mad about it after a decade of being with them. Like that's crazy to me. I would not dare continue to allow someone control over my emotions like that. If I know that this is exactly what they're going to do every time I turn around, this is what you're going to do. I'm not about to keep being bothered by this shit. You got me fucked up. Because that means anytime you decide to go and do whatever you want to do, I'm going to have to go through the emotions of feeling like I ain't shit and internalizing what you've done. And I refuse. So I be looking at Nia funny style for a minute, and then you come up with the boy mom, let's give Jeezy the mental health words he needs to cover up his bullshit and make himself look as if he's a better person than he really is. That's what I feel. I feel like this was a tool of manipulation to get the black women back on his side if they felt slighted by his relationship with Jeannie Mai. And we know some of y'all will definitely feel slighted by Jeezy the Snowman impregnating and marrying Asian woman, but then disrespecting and not helping his black baby moms that he's had this entire time. yeah, the girls might have felt the way about that. So I feel like this sit down that he had, using buzzwords, giving definitions, dressing real nice, and getting Nia, who everybody loves in our community. All you got to do is sit next to Nia Long, and you look like a more intelligent human being than you started out looking like. Nia has that type of energy. Even if I can see her clearly, I still can recognize how just sitting next to her, a man can look like he won in some way just by being in her presence, having a conversation with her. That doesn't mean that that man is any better. It doesn't mean that that man is a better person, that he's even deserving. But because he's sitting next to her and can pay her to come and do this, he now will have people online talking about, why y'all trying to make me like Jeezy again? Girl, just from him talking some bullshit and spitting back some words he learned in therapy that he really hasn't allowed to sink in, play with your mind, that's what you're going to allow to happen, girl, I guess. If that's what y'all want to do. But exactly, when did Nia Long start interviewing people? It was out of the blue. That's how I can tell it was a straight up manipulation. Yes, he has a book that came out, and he also has a new album coming out. And now he's no longer in a relationship with the person that probably gave him a lot more access, Jeannie Mai. Let's not forget, this is the same black man that absolutely heard that lady say that she like her dark meat on the side, and he still went and married her and had a baby with her. If he don't give a fuck, I don't know why y'all do.